Imagine texting your husband while standing directly behind him just to see if he'll actually respond. That's exactly what Kelly Ripa admitted she does. And the moment she said it live on national television, the internet completely lost it. Hollywood's favorite morning duo is back in the headlines, and this time, it's not about their Emmy Awards or their new Hulu project. It's about something far more relatable and honestly, a little hilarious. Stick around, because this story only gets better. Welcome back, everyone. If you love your daily dose of celebrity news, pop culture updates, and the kind of Hollywood stories that make you feel like you're part of the conversation, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into the world of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, one of daytime television's most beloved, most entertaining, and most refreshingly honest couples in the game. Now, if you've been following Live with Kelly and Mark even casually, you already know that these two don't hold back. They bicker, they laugh, they call each other out on live TV without even blinking, and fans absolutely love them for it. But what happened recently? Well, it started with a dating trend, turned into a personal confession, and ended with Mark Consuelos looking like he had absolutely no defense. Let's set the scene. For anyone who needs a quick refresher, Kelly Ripa is television royalty. She has been the anchor of daytime talk television since 2001, when she stepped in alongside the legendary Regis Philbin and never looked back. Over 2 decades, she has shared that iconic couch with Michael Strahan, Ryan Seacrest, and now, her own husband, Mark Consuelos. Mark joined the show officially in April 2023, and it was a moment fans had dreamed about for years. After all, the two first met on the set of the soap opera All My Children back in the 90s, and the chemistry was undeniable from day one. They got married in 1996, and nearly 30 years later, they are still going strong. Together they have 3 kids, Michael, who is now a TV producer, Lola, a singer-songwriter, and their youngest, Joaquin, who has followed in his parents' footsteps as an actor. In June 2024, Kelly and Mark made history together, winning the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Talk Show Host as a co-hosting duo. And in 2025, Kelly hit another massive milestone, marking 25 years on Live, tying Oprah Winfrey's record as the longest-running female daytime talk show host. So when it comes to this couple, their public life is impressive. Their chemistry on camera is electric. But their off-air dynamic? That's where things get even more interesting. It all started on a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, when the two decided to discuss a modern dating trend called, and yes, this is a real term, cookie jarring. For those unfamiliar, cookie jarring refers to the habit of someone keeping multiple romantic options available, even after they've met someone they're genuinely interested in. Basically, you're not fully committing. You're just keeping others in reserve, like cookies in a jar. Mark took the lead explaining the concept. He said, and we're paraphrasing here, people are not committing. You're just one of the cookies in their big dating cookie jar. And he went on to describe some common warning signs of cookie jarring behavior, one of which was extended response times in texting. Now, the moment those words left Mark's mouth, something happened. He started laughing. Why? Because he clearly knew exactly what was coming next. And sure enough, Kelly pounced. She looked directly at her husband, and in front of their entire audience, she asked him point blank, "Are you cookie jarring me?" The audience erupted. Mark tried to defend himself, pointing out that they literally lived together, so the concept didn't quite apply. But Kelly wasn't done. She revealed that she sometimes, and this is the part that had everyone completely floored, she sometimes texts Mark while she is physically standing directly behind him, just to watch him ignore the message. Let that sink in. Standing, right, behind him. Mark's response? He laughed, shrugged, and said, "That's not called cookie jarring. That's called ignoring." And honestly, fair point, Mark. Fair point. But that wasn't the end of the story. Fans immediately started reacting, and the clip spread quickly across social media platforms. Entertainment news outlets picked it up. Talk show culture accounts were sharing it on repeat. Because here's what people love most about Kelly and Mark. They are utterly, refreshingly, unapologetically real. In a world full of carefully managed celebrity personas and polished public images, these two choose authenticity every single morning. They don't pretend everything is perfect. They don't perform a scripted version of marriage. They show up as themselves, teasing each other, calling each other out, and laughing through the awkwardness. Viewers flooded social media with reactions. Many people said they saw themselves in the exchange. Plenty of fans confessed they've done the exact same thing, texting a partner from another room just to see the notification get ignored in real time. And then something surprising happened. The conversation got even bigger. Because this wasn't the only recent moment where Kelly had gently, lovingly, and very publicly called out her husband's behavior. Just a short while back, during an appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, Kelly and Mark revealed something equally hilarious about their dynamic. The topic was their experience co-hosting together, and Kelly mentioned that Mark sometimes, in the middle of a live on-air conversation, would simply drift off mentally. His eyes would still be forward. He'd look present. But Kelly, after nearly 3 decades of marriage, knew better. She recounted a moment where she had to call him out mid-broadcast, telling him she knew he wasn't actually listening. And when he admitted what he was actually thinking about, he had mentally wandered off to consider whether he had made the right lunch order that day. His mind had quietly moved on to debating chicken breast versus salmon. The audience howled. Jimmy Kimmel called it relatable. And Kelly, with the patience and comic timing of someone who has been married to this man for 30 years, simply nodded like it was Tuesday. But what makes these moments so powerful is not just that they're funny. It's that they humanize a couple who could easily seem untouchable. Kelly Ripa is a television legend. Mark Consuelos is a successful actor and now a television personality in his own right. They are glamorous, accomplished, and well-respected in Hollywood circles. But behind all of that, he still ignores her texts. And he still thinks about lunch at the wrong moment. And she still calls him out. Every single time. There is something genuinely beautiful about what Kelly and Mark represent in the pop culture landscape right now. So much of what we consume about celebrity relationships follows a predictable arc. The fairy tale beginning, the public highs, and eventually some kind of dramatic fall. We've been trained to expect it. But Kelly and Mark break that pattern. Nearly 3 decades in, they are still showing up together, literally and figuratively. They work together every morning. They raise their family together. They challenge each other on air. They laugh at each other's quirks. They are, in the truest sense, partners. And Kelly's decision to call Mark out, whether it's about texting habits, selective listening, or the daily quirks of sharing a life with someone, is actually an act of love. It says, I see you. I know you. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise. That kind of honesty, in a marriage that has lasted 30 years, that's rarer than most people realize. What's particularly interesting about these moments is how they continue to fuel the success of Live with Kelly and Mark as a cultural institution. The show has always thrived on authenticity. But when you put an actual married couple behind that desk, a couple with real history, real habits, and real communication quirks, you get something morning television rarely produces. Genuine, unscripted human connection. Audiences don't just watch Kelly and Mark to get the celebrity interviews or the trending topics. They watch because every single morning, there is a chance that Kelly will catch Mark drifting off into a lunch daydream, or that she'll reveal she's been texting him from 3 feet away, or that they'll stumble into a debate that turns into something unexpectedly moving. Live with Kelly and Mark is, at its core, a show about a relationship. And right now, that relationship is one of the most entertaining things on daytime TV. With their Daytime Emmy win, Kelly's 25-year milestone, their growing family of adult kids making their own marks in entertainment, and their new Hulu docuseries, adding yet another chapter to their story, this couple is not slowing down anytime soon. In an industry that often rewards the artificial, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have built something genuinely lasting by being exactly who they are: imperfect, funny, devoted, and deeply human. Kelly calling out Mark's off-air habits isn't a sign of trouble. It's the opposite. It's two people who are so comfortable with each other, so secure in what they've built, that they can laugh about the small stuff on national television, no less. And honestly, that's the kind of love story worth paying attention to. So the next time you text someone and they don't respond, maybe check if they're standing right behind you. Because if Kelly Ripa taught us anything this week, sometimes the most revealing conversations happen off camera. And sometimes the funniest ones end up on air. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think co-hosting a TV show with your spouse would strengthen your relationship or drive you absolutely crazy? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you've ever sent a text to someone in the same room just to test them, you might want to confess that too. You're among friends here. If you enjoyed this celebrity update, subscribe for more entertainment news and Hollywood stories. We'll see you in the next one.